1, 2, 3, 4. I got thoughts running through my head. I got thoughts, can't you see? I got thoughts, the books I read. I got thoughts, won't you listen to me?
Welcome back to The Author Has Thoughts. This is going to be the last video in the series that is talking about my third novel in the Bridge Chronicles series, If Tribe Equals. So enjoy. For my review of If Tribe Equals, as I said, it is hands down my favorite book that I've written. That may change, but if I were to give this book, a star rating, 4.5, 5 stars, I think for the most part, I knocked this one out of the park. And maybe there's, there could be something to the process in that. This is one of the few books where I've pretty heavily outlined the plot from start to finish. I use some, writing software that let me, establish characters and scenes and all this kind of stuff. And I don't normally work like that. A lot of times I might give a outline of like the first 7 or 8 chapters with an idea of what the ending is, and then everything in between is what it is. It becomes as I go along. And it's probably not a great way to write, because as I get older and my mind starts to turn into crab meat, I may start forgetting things, and I'm doing it now. But I think, it works for me. I like the work I've done. This one, though, just came together. It was, I don't know what was going on at the time. I honestly can't even remember when I wrote it. But it just all felt like it fell into place. I thought the characterizations were good. I thought I had a lot of good new characters, as well as bringing other characters that we'd seen previously back in good roles. I expanded Danton's character. I expanded on the 5 families and gave us some new characters to play with that I ended up using in some of the next 2 books. I changed the universe by adding this gangland thing, so I had another piece to work with, another toy in the toy box for future works. It just all clicked, and reading it clicks. I don't really feel like there's any drag in it. And it's one of the longer ones I've written, but it doesn't feel like there's anything that's super extraneous. I mean, you could cut out bits and pieces here and there, maybe, but I don't think there was any wasted effort. Any wasted scenes or anything like that. And again, for a movie or TV show, you would obviously cut it down, change things, move stuff around. But I think you'd have a pretty solid foundation on this one. I'm really proud of it. I hope people like it. The concept of tribalism and what happens when your tribe is threatened, how far do you go? I think it's in there, and I think it's pervasive through the book without being heavy-handed or without me having to really come out and state it. I just think it's a really, really solid book, and I hope, if you haven't read it, I hope you do. Hope you buy it and read it, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I actually enjoy it. And I realize that sounds very navel-gazing and very, let's say, arrogant, but self-involved. I don't even know the right word. But I really, really do enjoy the book. And if you saw my last video on Memory Void, where I was talking about, well, not the last one, but the last book video I did, talking about my book Memory Void, clearly I don't shy away from saying, hey, this is not my best work. In this one, I'm telling you, it's some of my best work. It is, I am so proud of this book. I wish more people had read it. I wish more people read all my books, because I would make more money at it. But, I think if there was ever a book that you wanted to get the essence of what Bridge Chronicles is about and what, some of my writing is about, this is definitely one of the best to do. I think it built on the first two really well. Um, I'm just really happy with it. It reads very fast, despite, like I said, being one of my longer books. And it's, it did set up a lot of things that I'd use later, especially in Long and the Short Swords, The Long and the Short Swords, and Reclamation. And there will be, there's effects of it now in the book that I'm writing right now. So read this book. Read it. Australia's on fire. China's in a pandemic. 2020 is going to be lit with bodies.